War Diary, Eastern Front, Part 9. We are still making good progress, but the weather is getting to us. We are still reasonably well protected in the tank, but the soldiers outside are worse off. The Russians are retreating faster than we can advance. Only lack of fuel prevents us from advancing even faster, as supplies still have to catch up. The last few days have been rather quiet for us. We follow the lead tank and mostly there is only artillery fire and small skirmishes with scattered Russian troops. There's also a lot of equipment just standing around since Ivan had no way to transport the stuff. More and more guns can be picked up by our people. There must be about 100 that we send to the rear. It is not always the best of the best, but it could be used. A river is reported over the radio. Our reconnaissance has been busy again. I only hope the Stukas don't blow the bridge to pieces again and stop us getting any further. But this time it looks different. Apparently, there's already violently fighting up there in front. A few reconnaissance units are about 6 kilometers ahead and making a din. We listen on the radio and things seem to be getting a bit more intense. The enemy also have anti-tank guns on the riverbank and 2 armored cars have already been reduced to scrap. So caution is called for. In the command tank, an Air Force officer hitches and rides to help guide the flyers. But this time they are not allowed to drop bombs because the steel bridge must remain undamaged. So we have to go in and suppress them. Artillery fires at us and mortar fire is also coming in. So we quickly move forward and avoid the fire. We hear the anti-tank gun firing. At least 3 are out there somewhere. We drive forward in wedge formation and have to watch out that we don't run over our own people in their foxholes. I try to spot targets, but there is too much smoke in the air. Shells whiz by and suddenly the lead tank is hit. The hatches fly open and 3 men climbed out. The tank is on fire and it seems that not all of them made it. We push forward and get hit on the turret. It banged very loudly, but apparently it didn't penetrate. Instead, I now have an anti-tank gun in my sights. The commander gives the order to fire and off we go. After 2 shots, the anti-tank gun is history and the crew is dead. A few more meters and again a bang, but this time lower. The driver, Erwin, shouts that the track has been hit and we are stuck. Meanwhile, the commander has spotted the second anti-tank gun and directs me to the target. 3 shots and that one is also finished. Our driver jumps out to quickly look at the damage. He runs to the back and climbs on the top of the tank to report what happened. Bullets hit the tank, but only infantry weapons. The 3rd tank passes us and goes for the last anti-tank gun. Behind the tank, a few sappers have taken cover and want to take the bridge. There are certainly explosive charges on it, and that's a suicide mission. But the boys are cold-blooded and storm off. To our surprise, Erwin runs along with them. The commander shouts after them, but it's drowned by the noise. We give covering fire and the sappers reach the bridge. After a short time, explosive charges are thrown into the water. Through the targeting optics, I keep seeing the Russians rush forward and get hit by machine gun fire. They are definitely going after the detonator for the bridge. The Russians are dropping like flies, and I hope our boys are all right. After endless minutes, the sappers come back at a run. Erwin is also with them. Even he is not that fast as the others. Shortly before reaching the panzer, he spins around and flies into the mud. Damn, he's been hit. The commander looks out the turret and calls to us that he is still alive. The radio operator and I climb out the hail of bullets and grab Erwin. One shot in the back and one in the leg. We drag him behind us. He screamed like a banshee and bleeds heavily. Behind our tank, we try to bind his leg and stop the bleeding in the back. Blood runs out of his mouth, but the mad dog smiles at us. Took the bridge away from the Ivan. When the enemy fire dies down, we drag Erwin further to the rear, where we meet the Feldwebel of the Zeppers. He helps us take Erwin to the medic. The Feldwebel thinks that without Erwin he would not have succeeded. He must have given good support, however he did it. Later on we learn that Erwin shot the Russians out their cover under the bridge with a carabine so that the sappers could disarm the explosives. Erwin is a hell of a guy. I hope he makes it. The bridge is in our hands and the far bank is secured. Our commander of course is angry about losing his driver, but also proud of Erwin. Remain with the Panzer and try to put the track back on. The job is very laborious, but we get it done. I now have to take the place of the driver for the first time so that we get over the bridge. On the other side we rest and wait for supplies.